checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams, no escape. All pain, blood stains mixed with the sweat and the chain. Adrenaline surging my veins, spit fire. Crowd chants feeding my soul's desire. Turnbuckles tremble when my wrath collides. Glory's the belt and I'm taking the pride. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Pyros ignite, shadows dance in the glow. Ringside roar, it's a gladiator show. Chokeholds tighter than the grip of the night. Climbing the ropes to new championship heights. The mental battlefield, no room for doubt. Every move calculated, every scream a shout. The bell tolls louder than a sinner's regret. This is the place where the bold never forget. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Circle Digest!
It is 8 p.ish, and it is the Squared Circle Digest. I probably shouldn't have worded it that way, huh? That got a draw from Frankie. And Frankie's looking to take somebody out. If he's looking, he's HR this week, man. Frankie is HR. I am Sean Stanley. That is the great Frankie Fresco. This is the Squared Circle Digest. Already got Papa, Steven Gonzalez, no doubt, already in the chat area there. Steven Gonzalez says, run it back. Run it back?
The intro?
Okay.
Mic checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams.
Just kidding. Chair to the back. I'm a heel. I'm not giving it to you. I'm a heel by heart. I'm not giving it to you. No running it back here, buddy. Frankie Fresco, man. Been an okay week of wrestling. I honestly enjoyed. We'll dive into more of it. I enjoyed the Saturday show. Not gonna lie. Not gonna sit here and I enjoyed a little bit of the. Not gonna say everything, just like with the WWE stuff. Everything doesn't always tickle the fancy, but
You want to know something, Sean? I don't know what happened, but did we kind of coordinate here? We're both wearing white. Is it the square
mine's more white? Of a silverish. It just looks white on here.
It does look. I don't know. It looked white. Yeah. And you didn't ask me how I went. How this weekend went. I had a lot of things going on this past weekend.
I'm sorry, Frankie Fresco. I was being selfish. Frankie Fresco, how was your weekend, sir?
Sir, you're looking at the next 6K, baby. 6K. Look at that. Running it. 6K. So your boy Frankie Fresco ran a 6K this past Sunday. I did well. I did it under an hour. But nice. Then, of course,
wait. 6K is 4 miles. If 5K is like 3.2,
so
6 is about a little over 4.
5K. So 5K is 3.2, 3.1, I think. 3.2 or 3.1. And a 6K is 3.7. So it's like another little bit, another like half a mile going in there. But if I look at like all the numbers and everything I did, I actually ran 4 miles because obviously we're moving around. And the one that we did, shout out to my friend Big Al. He was the one who invited me to go, and his wife. So I want to go ahead and give them a big shout out. This is the Publix of Fort Lauderdale A1A Marathon and Half Marathon.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
So this one's big because a lot of people do the half marathon. So me and my friend Al, who he has lost over, man, he was at one point in time, he was like 400 plus pounds, and he is now down to like 198. Yeah, like 198 or
Wow.
210, somewhere around there. So he's
Big
done a hell of
Al.
a job. So shout out to Big Al if he
He
does.
can't be Big Al anymore.
No, he's trying. I think he's gonna change his DJ name because everybody knows him as Big Al. But he's done a hell of a job, and then obviously I'll tell a secret. Hopefully, Publix doesn't look at it. Maybe all right. So I won't reveal information, but obviously, my brother, he was gonna run the half marathon, but his knee gave out about a month ago or 2 months ago. He was in the Keys and he hurt himself, so he wasn't able to run the half marathon, but he was able to run the 6K with me. So my brother ran the 6K and he felt good. So shout out to my brother. He also was able to complete the 6K with me. So it's cool because my dad and my mom didn't expect my brother to run. We ran the 5K together at Dania Point, and now we ran this one together, 6K, and then it's still the goal. This is still the goal, Sean. The next one is supposed to be a 10K. That's what I'm going to aim for. I'm still doing it. A little bit of a setback right now, and I'll tell you why. And you probably know because I just told you right before we got on air, is that your boy Frankie Fresco got a little bit too excited. Went yesterday to go play soccer, and I sprained my ankle. So my ankle is on fire right now. My left ankle. So I'm wearing a boot. The good thing is, I had my ankle taped up and I had an ankle brace, so it's not a tear. I could tell you that it's not a tear because obviously I would have a bowling ball. I've experienced that before, so it's not a tear. I think I just sprained it really bad. It was probably like a grade 1 sprain. Hopefully by the end of this week, I should be able to walk without having to wear the boot, maybe with just a regular brace and stuff like that. So I'm heating it up. I'm putting like a heat pad. I'm also putting some ice on it. So it's just work in progress. But your boy's still gonna run the 10K. I'm still gonna do the 10K no matter what. And I still have Sean Stanley hopefully joining me at the 5K in Daniel Point. I will say this.
I haven't got to the 2K. Yeah, 2,000, 2,500. I said right.
Are you trying to add more people onto your followers? Is that what you're trying to do? Wasn't it 1K? Didn't you just say it was 1K? I thought it was 1K you just wanted.
I was already at 1K. I was at 900 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got to get more than that. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do to me.
Well, you want to know something, Sean? I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. This might not be a good look for you, sir, but my mom did not expect me or my brother to run, and she saw that I was running because I had to stay in Hialeah over the weekend. So I did a DJ gig on Saturday, finished at 12:30 in the morning, went ahead, had to go pick up the bibs for the race, got to my parents' house, took a shower, didn't.
What bib number were you?
6641, if I'm not mistaken. 6641. But if you're trying to look at the thing online, just put Frank and then put my last name, which is Colme Colmenares. Just put COL. There's not that.
You weren't 6641, by the way, either.
Was I 6643? I know it was 66 something. I don't blame me. Are you trying to look at the pictures, man? You bastard.
I
am. But anyway, okay. Well, look, check this out. Here you go. Look, I'll make it easier for you guys. Not all the pictures came out really great, like I wanted them to, but
you were 6643, but it didn't come out.
Yeah, I'm 6643. So look, here you go. Here you go. Look at me right here. That's me right there. If you guys,
look at that. That's some good stuff there, buddy.
That was me running like a crazy animal out there. And of course, I didn't. There's another picture, a cool one right here. Look at me. Don't judge me, guys. This is not the best picture. I wasn't too happy with the pictures, but this is me like an idiot trying to
I saw you like posing with them and stuff, man.
I was trying. I was having fun. I was excited that I finally won. That I finally did this as well. So, man, I never in my wildest dreams. You know, only 10% of the population here in the United States actually runs. So if there's like 360 million people in this country, only 36 million run, bro, which is crazy. You're part of the non-36 million, Sean.
I am the majority.
Well, I diverted for a second, but my mom is going to go ahead and hopefully run the next 5K at Dania Point. which is the one in October. So Sean, we're not even gonna run it. I'm gonna go with my mom and I'm gonna walk it. So if you don't get the followers, but you still want to come, sir, come on, man. Be a trooper. Don't let my mom beat you. My mom is 69 years old and she's gonna do it. Sir, you could do it. And we're gonna walk it. I told my mom, I'm not gonna make you run, mom. So we'll walk it together. So that's
I don't know how you think that this is gonna work on me. Like,
yeah, I'm quit. You're letting an old little old lady, a 69-year-old lady who's retired,
that's right.
do a 5K first than you, sir.
She has nothing else to do. She can train all day for it.
We're gonna walk it. She's not even gonna run it. We're gonna walk it, dude. We're not even gonna run it. I'm not gonna make my mom run. My mom busted her ass last time she was at home, so I was like, nah, mom, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna walk it. No Dot says, what do you call Fat Joe after a year of GLP-1? Joe? I don't get it. Do you get it?
He lost a lot of weight, I think, so he's no longer Fat Joe. He's just Joe.
Oh, okay. Don't trust a fart after mile 15. Wow. Okay.
I'll never get to mile 15, buddy. That's just a lot of like no reason to run that. I mean,
I will tell you this. Guys. That Fort Lauderdale one had this little bridge that was uphill. Oh my God. I dreaded that, bro. A lot of people dreaded that. That was rough. And I ran it all the way to the top.
Was it at the first beginning or the end?
It was at the beginning. It was like a mile 2.
Oh, at least that's cool.
So I was dreading.
Well, actually, no, that was like the middle for you guys.
Yeah. But hey, shout out to my other my brother's friends and also my friends. They all did the half marathon. So my brother's girlfriend did the half marathon.
What about this picture here where you're getting killed by the lady? The lady's like 60 miles in front of you.
That's Frankie
way in the back there.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the story about that lady. I'm gonna tell you about that lady.
I'm totally kidding, man.
Look at the lady and look at what she's wearing, guys. What she's wearing, right, is like these short shorts. Now I don't know.
She's a runner. She's a marathon runner.
But here's the crazy thing, like. No joke. The lady's ass was pretty much out there, and I'm not gonna lie.
That's why you stayed behind her. Okay.
Exactly, sir. That ass was bouncing right in front of me the whole time.
These pictures aren't even you.
I know they sometimes like mess up. I don't know why, but whatever.
That's where Frankie's running behind the lady with their ass out like this.
Yeah. No doubt. Figured it out. Is that the motivation? Yes, the ass was out there. I'm not gonna lie, man. You do see a lot of really, really good looking women out there running. So it does motivate you seeing some booty out there. But yeah, man. So shout out to everybody who competed it, and shout out to all my friends that were there with me, and then definitely shout out to Big Al and my brother and his wife. They all were really big troopers.
And by the way, it was the Fort Lauderdale Fresh from Florida 6K.
Yeah,
like a NASCAR race. Sounds like a NASCAR race going on there.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Connor, bro. He's my new favorite driver out there at NASCAR.
Why didn't you do the Celsius Fort Lauderdale 5K?
Because I wanted to upgrade from the 5K to the 6K. So I already did a 5K. Now I did a 6K. Now the next one I wanted to do was an 8K, but there's not that many of them. So I'm going to do a 10K. So I'm going to try. The goal is to try to do one that's going to be in the Miami Opalaca Airport, which is right there next to you, Sean. It's right there. It's not that far. You're not that far from Opalaca
I'll be
Airport.
on my roof cheering you on. Frankie.
That one in Opalaca is 10K. It's 5K and 10K. So you could sign up for the 5K. I'll sign up for the 10K, and we'll do it together.
We'll finish same time. Yep, let's do it.
I'm telling you, man. I want you, Sean. Well, that didn't sound right. I want you to do the. I want you to do the run. So you could do it, sir. You could do it. Motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
But anyway,
a lot of pressure here on the beginning of the show. I mean, I feel like I've been bullied. I mean, I'm gonna call HR on you.
Sure, they made you run it back, and now I'm telling you to go for a run. So yeah, you are getting bullied from myself and the chat. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
all right, let's talk a little bit about wrestling.
Yes, unfortunately. Not just playing. Yeah. Of course, a couple guys to talk wrestling. That's what we're here for, sir. Even though I'm in pain, my left ankle is on fire, but I'm here.
Now, I know you had did you watch any of Raw last night? Were you able to watch some of it? Or?
Sir, I watched SmackDown. I'm a busy guy, but I find ways to watch wrestling no matter what. So I did catch Monday Night Raw. I did catch Grand Slam. And I did catch SmackDown on Friday as well, so I did catch all wrestling. I didn't watch TNA. I didn't get a chance to watch TNA.
Yeah, I haven't watched that, but apparently the audience is growing a little bit. So
Good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Good.
For you, let's go the box that showed up at Raw.
Yes.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
What do you think is in it? Is it the gobbledygooker? Is he coming back?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that inside that box, once they pop it open, all of a sudden we get Brock Lesnar. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. No, I heard. I mean, again, some people said it's Evil from NJPW.
Really?
That's kind of how what they're saying there. Yeah. I hope, Josh, that it is not Y2J.
Well, did you hear the news?
I hope you can come out with if I haven't heard anything new on it. So is he not going to WWE?
No. Sean Ross Sapp just finished posting saying about an hour ago. He says Chris Jericho is believed to have had his AEW contract frozen. That is the latest news.
They froze it. That's why he's still on their roster.
That is what Sean Ross Sapp just says. But why? Okay. What does that mean by freezing it?
That means that means they added on to it. They've stopped the contract. Kind of expired, but because he was injured or whatever, now they're adding basically dates. So they're holding it.
Oh, you know they're gonna hold it until after WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're pulling WWE on them. That's what you do, man.
I mean, look, they took Powerhouse Hobbs, bro.
Yeah, but my whole thing was, look, man, if you're gonna bring Y2J in, don't bring him in a freaking box, like, bro, like, really.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think it is really gonna be?
Well, it says to open the night of
elimination
chamber. So the only thing I can think of it is,
can it be Goldberg?
They stacked the dates on the back end. Yeah, Terry. Thank you, Terry. The bomb, baby.
Yes. Can it be Goldberg? Maybe Goldberg comes back?
No. If it's Goldberg, I will never watch WWE again. That's another thing, man. I'm done with Goldberg.
I'm just
done with Goldberg.
What can it be? Because it
could be Seth. I don't know if it's Seth. I would hope that they would do something better with Seth, because they it's also with the mask guy too now, right?
Yeah, he was again attacking. He attacked Logan Paul and
he attacked Logan Paul this week, and that's got to be. It's probably the Spirit Squad. No, well, they could bring it back because you got Ziggler at TNA.
Hey, it could be Vince McMahon,
dude.
You saw what they said? I was reading online.
There's a 6% chance that he's in the box.
Yes,
I think somebody put it on betting odds, or I don't know if it's Kalshi or one of those, and Vince McMahon is a 6% chance that he's in the box.
No chance. That's what it's Shane O'Mac.
Was he gonna blow his legs again?
He'll pull what I just pulled here. Like, he'll messed up it. I took an ankle, he'll tear his ACL.
No doubt. At least everything I've heard, Edge is staying with AEW, my understanding. So
yeah, he's still due to do his final match. And
to be honest, if it's not and he was injured, they're gonna do the same thing they're doing with Jericho's contract.
Look, Memo has a good one. It's probably a statue that says Argentina sucks at soccer. Yes, absolutely. That one definitely is one.
You know what it probably is? It's a whole bunch of people crawling an event. It's just a statue of people crawling an event.
True. Could be a statue of Messi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
How about a statue of Tua? Making his WWE debut. Because he's fun.
Well, if he gets traded to if he gets traded to Jacksonville and he shows up at AEW,
that would be pretty cool.
Hopefully, we'll have the left arm of God at AEW.
Oh man, yeah.
They'll call him Lag, the left arm of God.
That's crazy. But yeah, I'm curious. I am curious to see what they do with that.
The only thing I didn't like was when Adam Pearce was like, "Hey, send it over to SmackDown. Let it be Nick Aldis." I was like,
"So do you think it's going to SmackDown for real?" He said,
just send it over to SmackDown. I don't know why, but it's like, what are we doing here? It's just going to give you a box for 2 weeks floating around backstage at WWE events.
It better not be Pat McAfee, bro. Because if it's Pat McAfee, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm like, why the hell would they put him in a box? That's no way.
I mean, when I looked at the box, I didn't notice like anything where you can kind of try to.
Have they ever done this before? I don't think I've ever seen this before. Have they?
They've done an egg, and it was the gobbledygooker.
The gobbledygooker. Wow. Yeah, the egg I remember. Not a box. But I don't know. What do you guys think on the chat board? What do you guys think? I know you said Seth. Somebody put Pat McAfee, Edge. Somebody put the Spirit Squad. I don't know. It's probably a statue of Stephanie McMahon for the Hall of Fame. Could be. Hey, that could be a good one. That could be a.
Or maybe it's the statue of the next person going into the Hall of Fame.
Maybe it's The Rock. We don't know. It could be anything at the elimination.
It doesn't have to be, technically wrestling. We're thinking it's somebody coming out that's going to make an impact on the roster. It might just be. It could be anything. Hell, Dominic Mysterio now has a shirt that says "Dude Wipes" on it.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, his new shirt says "Dude Wipes." He is officially sponsored by Dude Wipes.
I guess they must be paying him really well, because I would not want to be sponsored by Dude Wipes. That sounds pretty sad, but.
Yeah, but Memo, they would have to open that box soon, because that lady cannot hold it back. She just lets it go. And that's going to be a big mess.
Oh, my God.
So we have a big mess in that box if that happens.
You're telling nothing about that might be the lady who shitted on me. Yes, absolutely. That might be that lady. If it is, then it's going to smell like a musk in there, because it's pretty bad. Pretty bad smelling in there. But I don't know. I like it. I like the sense of I guess mystery about it. And if they do send it to SmackDown, hopefully they pop it. They kind of crack it open a little bit, maybe on SmackDown, and they'll kind of like. It would be pretty cool if somebody goes and says, "Who cares? Let's not wait for Elimination Chamber." And then all of a sudden they crack it open, and then when they're gonna crack it open, they're like, "Oh crap!" And then they close it back, and they're like, "Yeah, let's wait until Elimination Chamber."
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, something like that. But I thought it was a good idea. I said,
I like it. The only thing I hope is, again, fans will dig themselves into like, it better be this, and when it's not that, you know what happens.
And it might
terrible idea, terrible booking, terrible everything.
It might not even be story related, right?
Maybe no, exactly. That's what I'm starting to think. Like I was thinking more along the line of, it's the next signing or the next person maybe coming up from NXT or whatever. I was never thinking like, hey, it could just be a statue of the next person being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they're doing it this way. To or whatever, what I'm saying.
Maybe they reveal the next WrestleMania.
I just was always along the line of, it's got to be somebody to increase a storyline. I never thought about no, it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything, honestly.
Yeah, it could be anything. So I'm not gonna get my expectations up. We'll just have to sit and wait and see what happens.
I'll temper said expectations.
Yeah.
For you, the Elimination Chamber build, how are you liking it so far? I think there's another match next week. So
I'm a little bit upset that Dom didn't win it. And they gave it to Javon Evans, because right now it just seems like it was a good match. It wasn't bad. I just feel like. You said it. You wanted somebody that they weren't gonna go ahead and kind of predict, because obviously we all thought it was gonna be Gunther who was gonna win it, right? That's who we thought was gonna win it.
The only thing that I had a question on that was, if it's Gunther, then Gunther wins, because you can't just have Gunther doing all this roughshod stuff and then go to Elimination Chamber and lose.
That is true.
So they've kept him out. They've kind of protected him by doing what they did. But I don't necessarily know that I agree with this whole Dragon Lee. I'm almost to the point now to where I hope one week he fights Dragon Lee, and Dragon Lee's like, if I beat you, AJ Styles comes back. And then it's AJ Styles under the Dragon Lee mask.
Wait, hold on a second. Maybe AJ Styles is the box.
But then there would have to be a match at Elimination Chamber.
Well, what I'm hoping here is, you saw what they said, that they're gonna run a video of AJ Styles, because they're in Atlanta or something, right?
Well, they already did. No, they're in Chicago for Elimination Chamber.
No, but I think it's for next Raw, right? The next Raw.
Yeah, well, they did one this week too. I don't know what else they're doing for him, but yeah.
So I thought because it wasn't this weekend. They were promoting it yesterday, saying, "Hey, we're gonna do like a video montage or something, like a dedication video for AJ Styles."
They did one last night too on Raw. I don't know if that was technically a video dedication. It was him through the years, and then but that's right when the whole thing. They did that, and then they had the
Dragon League
match with
Gunther and all
Gunther
them.
and them and everything, and then Dragon League came out and did his thing. So it's
Oh,
almost like right before that.
so
they
correct me
did
if I'm wrong. Was the video montage was supposed to be yesterday or was it for next week?
I never saw any of. I didn't pay attention to anything being like.
I thought it was for next.
They played it last night on.
Correct me, guys, if you saw it on chat board. Let me know. Are they supposed to show something like a video of AJ Styles next week? Because that's what I thought I read and I saw. Like they were gonna do like a video for him or something, like a quick summary because of next week. Because that's what I thought. And then if that was the case, then obviously I would have said, okay, it would be pretty cool if they're gonna do that. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the video, Gunther cuts the feed, and then it's like he screws over like the whole feed and all that stuff. And I think that would be pretty catchy if they did something like that.
There is one that's going to be on the 23rd.
Okay, yeah. So then it is. Okay, cool. So if that's the case, what I would do if I'm WWE, I would go ahead and have Gunther screw with that particular video. Like somewhere in the middle, they're gonna dedicate it. Just like the same way he came out to the AJ Styles song entrance. I think he should do that where he screws over the fans by, like, I don't know, videotaping something over the video or manipulating it or something like that. And then obviously Dragon Lee shows up and stuff. And then that's when possibly you could get something where Dragon Lee's like, look, if I whoop your ass, AJ Styles comes back or something like that. And then that's when we get maybe AJ Styles in that box or something like that for Elimination Chamber. I think that would be pretty cool if they did something like that. It looks like AJ will be there. Yeah. So yeah, I figured. And what's up, Samurai? So I think that would be pretty cool.
There is one. So I must have saw something that was hyping that, and I didn't pay attention to see that it said maybe next week or something.
Okay, cool.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like next week they're doing like a tribute ceremony for him.
Yeah, because they're in Atlanta, right? Because they're in Atlanta, right? I thought that's what I read. And he was gonna be there. So it no doubt says it looks like AJ will be there. So I mean, if that's the case, if that happens, I hope Gunther ruins it. That way, that would be cool in a sense. And then hopefully now you have
AJ. So it says WWE announces AJ Styles retirement celebration.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be cool. Let him
next week in Atlanta, Georgia. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let him screw over AJ Styles' tribute video, and then maybe they put it as an angle, and then that's why that box that they're gonna review in Elimination Chamber, maybe something happens. Did AJ go back to TNA after the Gunther match? I did not see him at TNA.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been on. He did the Cena, but he went on Stephanie McMahon the day after, whereas Cena went on Cody.
Did you watch it?
That's the last they had. I did.
It was good, right?
It was very good. It was very good.
Man, he got emotional. Stephanie was reading him.
Too. Yeah.
Stephanie was reading him like what his wife said about him, and bro, I was like, I got emotional. I was like, damn. Shout out to his wife, man. She's been with him for years, and he was a dog. Like he confessed it. He's like, yo, I cheated on her and all stuff, and I had to fight to get her back and everything. And he just was persistent, and she eventually.
And think about it. He turned down a WWE contract, a WCW contract. Actually, 2 WWE contracts he turned down, 1 WCW contract, and then he finally accepted the last one, which he signed, and then they went out of business 3 months later.
And shit happens, but hey, man, he did it all for his wife, and his wife has been a road dog with him, so that's pretty cool. I think that's the type of woman Frankie Fresco has to find. One that's gonna be a true
ride or die, be there with you with the 6Ks, the 5Ks.
I bust my ass with that, and I have a messed up ankle. Should I, Frankie? I don't care. I support you. You still did a hell of a job on Sunday. I'm still gonna be there. That's the type of vibe I want. That's the type of girl I need. I can't get Sean to do a 5K, so he's not like my ride or die when it comes to 5K. I gotta find somebody else. But yeah, man. So Raw wasn't bad. So I looked it up. Elimination Chamber right now. We got the participants officially for the men is Javon Evans. Unfortunately, I mean, obviously he's not gonna.
Well, they got him in there so he can do the flying around and off the top of the cage and the.
Well, he's gonna be there.
Stuff.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there with Randy. And remember, they had that NXT match where
I guarantee you, Randy hits a RKO where he's jumping off the top of one of the pods.
Well, remember when they fought in NXT, they botched, Javon Evans'
Yeah.
his finishing move.
Finishing.
So he was a little bit upset about that. But you got Javon Evans, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and Cody Rhodes is in there, bro.
And
Who's
I think
left?
there's one more.
I thought there was two more.
Maybe there's one for SmackDown too. The Raw one is Bronson Reed. Oh geez, I forgot who it is now. Bronson Reed and two other guys. I forgot now who it was.
Nah, I don't remember.
But it's gonna be the mask guy, and I'm sure gonna take him out.
Oh, Grande Americano?
Yeah, he's one of them, and then who's the third one?
So it's Bronson Reed or Grande. I thought Grande Americano was trying to do. Oh, Grande Americano, the other one, the
original
one,
the original one. OG.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Oh, see, yes, I did say there's two more. The SmackDown one has. Hold on, I think I found it here. It's Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Raw side is Bronson Reed, Jey Uso. Oh my God, Jey Uso, Jesus Christ! Yeah. And then El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable. That's who's gonna be in there. Yeah.
So I got Trick Williams, and I guess Jey Uso. Man, I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Bronson. I just think they're working that mask guy to where Bronson's gonna get cheated out of it.
Hold on.
So it's either Jay or El Grande OG Americano.
Well, El Grande Americano is not going to win it because obviously the other Grande Americano is going to interfere. You know that. He's going to stop.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the mask guy takes out Bronson Reed. Grande takes out Grande, and it leaves Jey Uso.
Man, Jey Uso once again being the guy who's in this. I hope not, man. I mean, I think they should give it to Bronson Reed.
I think it's going to be somebody from SmackDown winning it, though.
I mean, Trick Williams should win.
Because Roman and CM Punk are the Raw title. So unless they're going to switch somebody brands, it's going to be a SmackDown guy.
Well, think about it. Let's say, all right, let's predict this. So we very, very likely Trick Williams is going to win. I don't think Damian Priest or Carmelo Hayes is going to win it.
Although Lola Vice put out those photos, might have helped them.
Jesus, she should be in the women's elimination chamber. Forget about Damian Priest. She shouldn't even be on there. But I do like the women. I really do like the women. So the women right now, the ones qualified is Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. Mm-hmm. So that, and I don't know who are the matches left for the girls. I would have to look it up. But I do like the women. But if I had to pick right now, and this is just my initial train of thought here, because you got Javon Evans, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and Cody Rhodes. I really think maybe they stick LA Knight in there, bro. Maybe LA Knight all of a sudden finally gets the bump that they want.
I mean, they would have to turn them brands then too, which is not. Look, they can do whatever they want to do in that way, but I'm just looking at it as we know CM Punk and Roman is for the title that's on Raw. So whoever wins this is going to be for the SmackDown title with Drew.
Who hasn't Drew ever faced? I mean, he hasn't faced Randy Orton in a minute. Mm-hmm. I don't think Javon Evans is gonna win it. LA Knight and Cody Rhodes. It would suck if it's Cody again. No, you can't do Cody because Jacob Fatu. I'm assuming Jacob Fatu and Cody would probably be a match at WrestleMania.
Hey, I gotta step out for 1 minute. I'll be right back. I apologize.
Oh, he needs to go. You need to go. Sometimes you can't hold it, bro. You gotta go.
I got something going on. My dog outside. I don't know what's going on.
All right, go. So, wow, Sean is taking his sweet time. I really do feel honestly that it could be a good opportunity for maybe LA Knight to win it because Randy Orton, one of those two guys. And then on the women's side, Asuka, Tiffany, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. Man, I just don't. You know who I think is gonna win that one? To be real honest with you, I really, really feel that it's gonna be Tiffany Stratton. I mean, they brought her back. They want her to freaking like be elevated. And if she was to win, remember, we still don't know who Liv Morgan is gonna pick. And then after last night, if you guys saw that, come on, that interview was good. Now, tell me, you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Did you like the fact that Stephanie Vaquer, the whole time when she got involved in that conversation, was speaking Spanish? Like, some of you guys don't know Spanish. Do you feel like they should put subtitles on the bottom just for the hell of it? I mean, she did speak everything Spanish. She didn't even try. And for the people who knew Spanish, man, she killed it. She even cursed in Spanish, but obviously they didn't blur it out because obviously a lot of people didn't even know what she said in Spanish. But still, I felt like they should probably put subtitles on it because after the Stephanie Vaquer Liv Morgan situation, you then had the Oscar and EO interaction, all that, and they're making them speak in English. So when Stephanie Vaquer is speaking all in Spanish, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of unfair that you're making Stephanie Vaquer speak in Spanish, but then EO and all them had to speak in English. In English. So like, I don't know. No doubt says Randy has to be running out of time, right? He has to have a run at some point. Yeah, I mean, there's a very good chance. I think at the end of the day, he'll be my initial favorite. If you really want me, if and I think I would be pushing it too quickly because I really like Trick Williams. I would really want to see Trick Williams win, but again, I think it's too soon for him to win and then compete for Drew's belt. So I don't think that's why I don't think Trick is gonna win it. I think he's gonna qualify, but I don't think he's gonna take it. But back to the Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan. Very excited about that match. I do think she's gonna pick Stephanie Vaquer. I think she's gonna leave Jade alone. And then if you guys have been reading the news all around social media, Bianca Belair did have her surgery today of her finger. Her finger looks like her finger looks like my ankle right now, like a big ball around her finger. So we're probably not gonna get Bianca Belair for WrestleMania. So that's why I feel that the right choice for the women would be Tiffany Stratton. I think you run it back, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, and I guess you would make that the matchup for WrestleMania. I don't think you're gonna get Asuka winning it. And Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley and EO and all them. I think they're all in that tag team competition conversation. So I don't feel like any of those girls are going to be in it. So I think that's why Tiffany wins it on that side. Now, anything else that you guys want to cover for Monday Night Raw? I'm trying to think anything else. We got the Grande Americanos. I think that's going to lead up eventually to WrestleMania. So I think we're going to have a Grande Americano, the original one. And then the other one, obviously, they'll probably meet up at WrestleMania. And then on top of that, if you guys have tuned into AAA wrestling, there has been a switch over in the AAA. Now, all of a sudden, you had Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice win the mixed championship. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they get somebody else out there because Chelsea Green is still injured. She had a really, really bad ankle injury, just like me. So now we're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna bring anybody else from the WWE roster over to AAA and see if maybe there's something spicy out there. Because of course Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana are now the mixed champions over there in AAA. So we'll see. I mean, look, right now wrestling is good. Wrestling is exciting. We have some good stuff going on at W. I thought it was a very good Monday Night Raw. It wasn't the best, but it was very solid. Now, let's talk about something that me and Sean were going to talk about, and this has been a controversy. So, here's the issue, guys. The situation that a lot of people are talking about, and it's just blowing up left and right, is, of course, WrestleMania. And WrestleMania ticket sales is blowing up in the sense that they're not selling out like they did. Now, I was looking into doing my research, and I feel what happened here. I think this is the problem, and I'm a guy that watches Stevie Richards podcast. He does his podcast. So shout out to Stevie Richards podcast. I think they made out a very, very solid point. This is the first year that you have the World Cup happening here in the United States in a very long time. The WWE universe has a lot of fans outside of the United States. A lot of those people want to travel over to see WrestleMania. So if you look to see how much it costs to go to a WrestleMania event, right? And over there in Europe, you're a hardcore soccer fan. You would have to come and make two trips, one for WrestleMania and then one for the World Cup, because over there, soccer is gold. Soccer is their life. So I think that hurt them. And one thing that Stevie Richards said is that WWE kind of dropped the ball. Instead of having WrestleMania in Las Vegas again, they should have had WrestleMania in Europe, technically, because that would make the US fans have to travel, the ones that want to go all the way over there. But you would give the fans of Europe be able to just go and not have to travel, especially if they want to attend the World Cup. And I thought that that's one of the main reasons why I do feel that there is a little bit of like, clash when it comes to ticket sales, because I do feel the WWE universe does have a lot of fans outside of the United States. Plus, the ticket sales are ridiculous. Sean, is everything okay with you? Is everything okay with your dog?
Yeah. He got another dog, but we're good.
He got another dog.
Yeah, one of the little chihuahuas got under the gate. We're good.
Oh, okay. He didn't harm the little chihuahua, did he?
No, he held him in the mouth and he didn't bite down, so we're good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad he didn't do anything. All right. So talk to me, sir. Talk to me about WrestleMania. Well, Rick, WrestleMania
here, this was from Elite Club SOB, Elite Rocker X on X. And this was from Brandon Thurston, actually. He took it down and broke it down. This is the last 5 years WrestleMania tickets. The average ticket price, okay? So it takes everything into consideration. WrestleMania 37, $170. WrestleMania 38, $135. WrestleMania 39, the last one before TKO took over, $169. The TKO happens, the first WrestleMania after, $341 average. Last year's WrestleMania, $635 average.
Jesus.
Per ticket. And while I agree with some of what they're saying, I think there's a lot of things hurting them. I think running the same place again and then only having really one match so far. Because I don't know what the plan was or what, but they usually you can look at Royal Rumble and go, okay, this is what kind of where they're heading. And this year it's kind of set up differently. And I just think that, again, if you're going to pay those prices, I want to know what I'm seeing. If you're expecting me to dole out, that's just to get in the building. That doesn't account for hotel, travel, like you're saying, some people travel from overseas. And again, I think that's a valid point about, they're not going to travel twice. If they're saving up the money, they're going to probably go to see their team play in the World Cup and not at WrestleMania, So, but again,
and you got the Olympics going, so a lot of them are probably
there, but they still sold 37 out of 47,000 they have it set up for.
Okay, so this is what I did, because I'll tell you what I did. So I was interested in looking at possibly going to WrestleMania, right?
Yep.
So I looked up the tickets. WWE went ahead and they had a 25% discount or 20% discount.
Oh, so nice of them.
Because of this weekend. So I looked them up. I found a single seat, and I'm trying to sit in the lower section. So I found one single seat by myself, because obviously I would be going by myself. I don't think anybody else wants to spend that type of money with me. So I found it for like $650 or something like that. That was the cost of it. With the discount, it was going down to like maybe like $500 or something like that.
But that's for one night, right?
That's for one night. So then when I added it all up with fees and taxes and everything, it came out to $700. So it was like $300 worth of freaking fees, which is ridiculous, or like $200. And then I looked up the second night and I found another ticket around the same price range. It's a different section, but it's still in the 100 section. So I was like, all right, cool. So 700 and 700 to 700. So that's $1,400 just on going to the shows, which would be day one and day two. Obviously, if I'm gonna be there, I want to go to SmackDown because obviously they're gonna have the lead up. So who knows how much that SmackDown's gonna cost? I'm assuming somewhere I'll probably will spend maybe like another $100 or $200 for just to get to that SmackDown. I don't know if I'll be there for Monday night because I would have to stay there the whole.
Yeah, but would you go then to the Hall of Fame?
Yes, and if you have to go to the Hall of Fame, you would have to pay. How much? How much is usually the Hall of Fame? Probably like another $200.
I don't know now because they distanced it from SmackDown now in Las Vegas. There's a separate area that they do it.
So just let's say I want to go to just WrestleMania night 1, night 2. That's $1,400. Let's say I find a way to get a ticket for $200 to SmackDown. So I'm at $1,600. I look at plane tickets. I was looking at going Wednesday and coming back to South Florida the following Wednesday. So I did find a cheap flight. I not the best airline. It's definitely not Delta. And it was Frontier. And and I see Sean kind of like laughing, about to laugh. Why I said it's not Delta. So Frontier, that was the cheapest one. I found it for $195 round trip, everything included and everything. So $195 is not bad to go to Vegas.
No, but
Obviously,
it does sound like it could set you up for another shitty flight. I'm just saying.
that is true, and obviously Frontier is not the most reliable one. They might go ahead and delay the flight or something, and you know how it is when it comes to them. So, but if you want to get there, $195. Then I looked at the hotels, and I was looking at the hotels. Now I am an MGM Grand Rewards person. So the cheapest I found, and this is going from Wednesday to Wednesday, was $550. And that's really good because I'm an MGM Rewards member, and that's staying at the Luxor. Now, the Luxor is not the greatest hotel out there, but I've heard mixed reviews. My brother went once and he enjoyed it. Last time I went to Vegas, I stayed at the Cosmopolitan, and it
That's
was
like the Disney Sport one, right? That's
no,
what
no,
that
no.
is.
The Luxor is the one that looks that's like a pyramid. That's
No,
the
no,
one.
I'm saying, but the style of it, it's very bland. It's the Disney Sport of the Disney World resorts.
Oh, I don't know.
Have you ever stayed at the Disney resort? At Disney's like the sport one, and then there's sports, there's movies,
In Vegas?
no in Disney,
I don't go to Disney, bro.
but it's the cheap hotels, the cheaper hotel.
Oh, no,
But
I don't.
they're very not, they're not like
The,
Disney.
la- the last time I went to Disney, Sean, was probably like maybe like 10 years ago. I don't go to Disney
Yeah, I don't go to Disney either. I go to Universal. So
or Universal or
actually, I
anywhere.
don't go to any of the Universal. The kids and them go to Universal.
Exactly. Well, I don't have any kids, so that's why. But I would be down to go if I just gotta make sure I have to go to one of the parks where there's at least like hard rides. But I have to go with people. I can't go by myself. Anyways, long story short,
Yeah,
I did find the MGM Grand was available. That one's going for like about $1,000 with my rewards. So I said, okay, I'm gonna.
that's for the week. 1,000 for the week.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. Um, yeah, look, FY to all you guys, if you really want to go to Vegas, join the MGM Rewards program. Like they really do give you tons of discounts, and if you want some more extra hidden gems, I have like an app where you continuously play and you accumulate points, and then you could use them while you're in Vegas, so you get even more free stuff or free play or discounts at the hotel. So that's why staying at the MGM Grand and staying at the Luxor, you get it for $500, $1,000. That's not the case. So adding all these things up, so I'm adding 1,000, 1,400. That's 2,400. $200 for SmackDown. That would be 2,600. And then the flight, I'm gonna round it to $200 because I said it was 995. So that's $2,800 just to go to WrestleMania, stay at the hotel, and all that. That's not taking into account any other shows I want to go to. That's not taking into account if I want to rent a car. That's not taking into account if I want to buy any merch, any of that stuff. So
Or
I'm
eat.
already or eat. Wow, how could I forget, right? Like that's the most important thing. You gotta eat something,
See,
right?
you've got the 5K, 6K on your mind. I got the food. I'm good. I got you.
So think about it. Let's just round it off. You're gonna spend $3,000, and that's just because I found one seat that was like on the lower section. And I guess the reason it's like $600 is because it's by itself. Like it's the only seat around there, so I'll be sitting next to just other wrestling fans. But the cheapest ticket I saw over the weekend was like $220, but you were sitting up all the way in the boondocks. But think about it, Sean. $3,000 to go see WrestleMania? That's expensive, dude. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And then you want to know what's crazy? I was about, I'm so crazy. Sometimes I was very, very close and contemplating and buying it. But then I saw something on the comments. I saw it on Facebook actually. And it was people saying that people locally in Las Vegas are probably gonna get free tickets to go into WrestleMania because if they don't sell out, they'll give them out. They'll just hand them out. So I was like,
there's
damn.
one content creator that goes to the area that the pay-per-view, the PLE or whatever's in, and then they wait till right before bell time, and then they look for the cheapest ticket, and then they get in. That's how they get in. They wait till like right before 15 minutes before bell time, and then that's where they go and look for the cheapest ticket because they're there. They just gotta, be into the building after
Well,
that.
that's how I got into the UFC fight in Miami
Mm-hmm.
when Jorge Masvidal fought here.
Mm-hmm.
It was Adesanya versus the Brazilian guy when Adesanya upset him. I remember me and my friend were like, "Yo, let's just go to American Airlines Arena." At that time, it was American Airlines Arena, I believe. And we waited until the very end, and we were just like searching for tickets. And then all of a sudden, we bought the tickets while we were at American Airlines Arena, and we were able to get them. And then we got them cheaper than everybody else. Yes, it wasn't the best seats. We were up there, but we got in. Those tickets were going for like about $900, $1,000, and we got them for like $200 each. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, we'll go. So think about it, Sean. You have all these expenses. You want to go to WrestleMania for $3,000? That's expensive, dude.
It's
Like
steep, man. It's steep. That's for one person. Now you
that's
gotta
just
take,
me.
yeah, if you take a family, now you're going what, 12,000
Yeah,
for a
dude.
family of 4?
Jesus, man. That's and the problem is, like you said, there's the Olympics is going on as well. You got the World Cup going on. So a lot of these people who go overseas, because I do feel that there's a lot of people that do come overseas
Yeah.
just for WrestleMania.
Oh no, there is. That's why the Raw after WrestleMania always is so different, because most of the time it's not a United States crowd. It's got the mixture of everybody that's traveled. That's going to be interesting but again, the reason they didn't do that is because the next WrestleMania, remember, is in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
So if they would have put this one overseas, you would have had Royal Rumble overseas. You would have had this WrestleMania overseas, the next WrestleMania overseas.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. What do you feel that they should have never had it again in Vegas? They should have given it to maybe like New Orleans?
They should have kept it in New Orleans. They should have.
Yeah, they should
But I
have.
think this made it easier on them because TKO is in Vegas. I think what you're going to get is Vegas alternating TKO alternating WrestleMania between Vegas and then abroad. Vegas abroad every year. Because then what they're going to do is you're going to know it's going to be in Vegas, so you can start planning ahead.
Damn, but that would suck, man. Because
every other year.
I really wanted it to be back in Miami. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
since
but
it's been
think
here.
about the way TKO works. What did they do with that one that's always in Vegas, Fight Week, right? That's always in Vegas, so you know that week you're planning to be there, and I think that's what they're building to now. It's going to be overseas, which I'm guessing is going to be Saudi Arabia most of the time. With the money that they're giving, I mean, I can't think another country is going to give that much money to get. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they're going that route, they're kind of like alienating a lot of the fans because.
Well, no, what they'll do is they'll give Australia the Royal Rumble. They'll give SummerSlam to somebody else. The big four are probably going to be abroad soon. We'll get the Backlash. We'll get the Elimination Chamber. We'll get and then they're going to sell to the highest bidder, the big ones.
Now, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a guy who was trending in social media that it cost him like about $1,500 to go to Saudi Arabia, go to Royal Rumble, go to SmackDown, do the whole event, and then come back. And he only paid $1,500. Is that possible? Is that true? Because then, if that's the case, maybe it's worth like if they're gonna be doing.
Unless he did the thing that I was telling you about, it might have been the same content creator, but I'm not sure what the name is. But he flies to the wherever it's at, and then he gets the tickets right before the event. So you can get a SmackDown for $45. You get into the pay-per-view for whatever, $100 or whatever it's going to be. And so that it might have been the same person. I mean, maybe if you can work it out that way, yeah. But then you're also though, what if it sells out and there's no tickets and you're waiting there at the last minute and then, I mean, now then you got to double pay or triple pay, or you just go back to your hotel room and watch it on ESPN or Netflix or whatever.
You could pull a Big O, right? When he went to Spain, you'll just watch it from a bar.
Yeah.
Oh, but then remember what they did too, right? They blocked the 50-mile radius from being able to watch WrestleMania at any of these local bars or hotels or any of that stuff. So
yeah, and I think that's going to change. I think by the time they get to it,
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, they said that they have done this once before.
It's just dumb to do that, man. Like, especially for me, the interesting thing is it's TKO in Vegas doing this. UFC, I mean, that's your home, and you're doing this to the businesses that are like in your home headquarters. Like, that sounds like a desperate ass move.
It is, but they're desperate because they feel that they're not making their money, and they were
I
expecting.
guarantee you, if they put the money from this gate against the money from last gate, they're probably above last year's gate already.
Even with the tickets that they haven't sold,
Even with the 10,000 left each night, I guarantee you they're above what it was last year.
and that's the greed, man. And so
Yeah.
now my question to you is, how far is WWE and TKO gonna go with this? Are they gonna do it to the point where it's gonna be like unable? Nobody's gonna be able to go because
Look
you
what
and
they
me
do
don't
at
go.
UFC. Look what they do at UFC.
I remember when I went to one of my first UFC matches I ever went to. I went with my best friend Carlos and I took my brother and Nick, and my brother at that time was like 15, like 16, 17 years old. We went to the Orlando UFC card. The main event was, I think it was Fabricio Verdum versus Ronda Rousey's husband. I forgot his name. Um, and for those tickets, we went to the the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins were free. So we went to the weigh-ins. I was able to sit like really close
Yeah.
by. And that card was stacked. That card had whatchamacallit. The dude, it had everybody. It had Joel Romero, it had Jorge Masvidal, it had Misha Tate, it had Liz Carmouche, it had this guy, the guy who beat Conor McGregor, that went undefeated. Damn it, I forgot his name. Anyways, the Russian guy,
Khabib.
Khabib Maganemov, whatever his name. He was there. It was a lot of them. Anyways, long story short, we got that, and then to sit, we were up there. Not gonna lie, it wasn't like the best seats.
No, but that's what they do is the bottom is for celebrities and
Yeah.
people to be seen. The people that pay go upstairs.
Yeah. But
That's what, again, look at the way WWE's model is now. You pay big money to sit down, and your cheaper tickets are what? For the normal people up top. It's the TKO method, man. That's what they do.
But I will say this: when I went to the Orlando, and it wasn't like a pay-per-view. It was just a Fox, because at that time they had a contract with Fox. So that was one of the first Fox fights that they were doing live.
Mhm.
I ended up paying, I think, just for those tickets, maybe like $80 each ticket. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, hey, I'm paying an arm and a leg for it. I think it was like $80 or $60. But I remember we didn't pay like an arm and a leg to go see it. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. Now, dude, when I went to go see the Jorge Masvidal, I literally, this was what, maybe like his retirement fight was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Just to get in, I had to do what that guy does, which wait at the last minute, and I paid $200 for myself, and that was cheap because those tickets were going for $400 or $500 just to sit all the way in the boondocks.
Yeah.
So I feel that if they keep going this route, it's just, where is the future fans gonna come from? Because yeah, people are gonna tune in, are gonna watch it on TV, but you also want to experience a live show. And I'm
I
not talking.
told you, I think I sent you a text, or was it Adrian?
Yeah.
One of you, I can't remember. It's like, I want to be able to, I think it was you. Let me check and see if it was
Well,
you.
talking about that, I think you did send me that because I was, February the 20th, SmackDown is here in Fort Lauderdale. And I was looking at tickets 'cause I was like, all right, maybe I could go to SmackDown and go check out SmackDown because, Trick Williams is there, Carmelo Hayes is there. I haven't seen those guys. Bro, the cheapest ticket to sit in the 100 section is $196.35. This is for a SmackDown. And that's not even including the fees and all that stuff that's gonna eventually kick in. So
You take it over that.
yeah. And then if you
I remember I sent you, I put, it's ridiculous. Wrestling is a family sport. Parents get their kids into it and pass it down the family. VKM understood that. TKO just wants stock prices to soar. It's sad. To be honest, it's making me lose interest at times, and it really is, honestly. I would like to know when they come to my town, I could take my family. The winter tour, which me and you met up at, I took 6. There were 6 of us that we went for under $300. That's the price of one ticket now. And I sat where I love the seat, right at about the beginning of the 200 level,
Yep.
first row, and I can see when people stand up. I can still see the ring. That's where I like to be because back in the day, you used to bring signs, and I still go through there. But yeah, there's no way like to bring a family now. You're gonna have to take out a mortgage.
Yeah. And then and so I'm looking at it. If you want to go into SmackDown, the cheapest ticket is $79.73. That's sitting all the way in 334 row 15. It's not even the first row. It's like row 15. So you're up in the boondocks. Plus you're all the way back there because of the rows. So, and this is SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, man. It really hurts my heart that I like if I do have kids and stuff like that, that if I want to take them, I'm gonna have to spend an arm and a leg just to go and for them to experience what I experienced. My dad, I don't know if I ever told you this. My first wrestling event, I was 6 years old, 7 years old. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I really love wrestling and all that stuff. My dad surprised me. He said, Frankie, I'm going to take you to a wrestling event. He took me to the Miami Arena. I'll never forget this. And I think we spoke about this a while back in one of the shows. And I remember that the main event was The Undertaker versus, I think it was either Yokozuna. Yeah, it was The Undertaker versus Yokozuna at that time. And I remember my dad spent like $15 or $20 back then. We were sitting on the floor seats. We were like 5 or 6 rows from the front. We were running late. I'll never forget that. I remember I saw Bob Backlund versus the Big Boss Man. That was the first fight. I vaguely remember a couple of things. I remember I saw Shawn Michaels that day, and at that time it was Diesel was there as well. But it was such an experience, and I was like 7, 8 years old, and and my dad paid $15. That's all my dad paid. It was just like and I was sitting on the floor, and I got to see the Undertaker live, and it was like what made me fall in love even more with wrestling because
Yeah.
I was able to attend this. Our kids, I don't know if they're gonna be able to enjoy it because if you want to take them, it's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
They have outpriced families. They have. I mean, working families.
Yes, and with inflation,
But again, when you look at UFC, man. When they go to the crowds, what do you see?
stars.
All the floor seats are nothing but celebrities
Yeah.
and notorieties and influencers and everything else. There's no hardworking people down there. They're all sitting up top. It's the Titanic. Except they reversed it. We're not at the bottom. They put us to the top now.
It sucks, man. It's terrible for our fan base. And then let me ask you this: viewership.
Real quick, no doubt, screw your asset value, all right?
Wait, what he wrote? I need to stop hating on my asset value. TKO money. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's true. I will say this.
And
Are
also,
you?
Karoon and Adrian, I see you guys. I'm sorry, I don't know if you got welcome to the show, but good to see you
Yeah,
guys.
Adrian actually wrote, "I'll be in Vegas 2 weeks after Mania." Picked the wrong time to go. She could have gone there a little bit earlier, sir. In Vegas, you also have to take out women who show interest in you, only to realize it's an escort. Oh my God, Karoon! Funny enough, that's a good one. Funny enough, we were in Vegas. I'll never forget this. And shout out to Memo who was on the chat board. Me and Memo went to Vegas. We
This isn't a
blinked.
shitty story again, is it?
No shitty
Okay,
stories.
all right.
This was a good one actually.
All right.
So we're there. We were late. We were like running. Me and Memo went to all the clubs and stuff like that because we knew a couple of DJs that work the nightlife out there. So I'm told Memo, I was like, we gotta gamble, bro. So I remember, I think it was in the MGM. It might have been in the Bellagio. Might have been in the Bellagio if I'm not mistaken. So we go and we get on the machine, and I sit down and I put some money to go play in the slots. All of a sudden, I see a girl like 2 seats next to me, and then I see her like trying to start conversation. And I looked at Memo on my left and I was like, this is an escort, bro. So then I'm like, I said, she's like, oh, did you win? And I'm like, no, I lost. I didn't win anything. So I'm like trying to like brush her off, not give her any time, and she kept trying to pick conversation, kept on to conversation. And I said, look, I gotta let you go because I gotta go get some more money because I lost. So later. So then she started talking to Memo because Memo was playing in the machine right next to us. After that, we got up. We both lost money. So as we're walking, I told Memo, I still want to play. So he's like, all right, let's go. And then I see there's the machine to put in the your card and you could take out money. I'm like, dude, they're we were looking for them, right? And I point like this. I'm like, look, it's over there, it's over there. Coincidentally, guys, when I pointed, there was 2 escorts right in front of the machine. So the escorts thought that I was trying to holler at the 2 escorts to come over. So the 2 escorts come up to us and they're like, hey, what's up, baby? And I'm like, oh, Jesus. I looked at my mom, I was like, God damn it. And they're like, hey. And then they're like, you called us? And I'm like, no, I was just pointing at the machine. She's like, you don't want to have a good time? I'm like, no, I've had plenty of good times already. I just want to go get some money and play. She's like, F you. And she walked out and she like cursed at me and Memo. And you're like, you guys are losers. And then I was like, yeah, well, whatever. We're not paying for your services. And we just went over there. But that was an experience. But yes, you do see a shitload of escorts in Las Vegas. I will tell you that in the casinos while you're gambling. How many 304s you get in Vegas, Frankie? Let's keep that. We can't reveal everything that happened in Las Vegas. I give you like the small snippets of what happened in Vegas. I don't tell you the whole full details. Not like when the lady shit out of me. That I'll tell. But yeah, man. So does that also mean, Sean, that maybe there's a possibility we get some fans switching over to the other competition, which is AEW?
No, I think you're just gonna lose fans of wrestling. I think honestly,
Yeah.
because the problem with it is if you're like a longtime WWE fan, if you're a more of a casual, the AEW stuff will not resonate with you the way it's laid out right now. You're just gonna be like, oh no, this ain't what I'm used to watching.
Yep.
And then I think you just lose the wrestling. I mean, I'll tell you now, man, there's times where like I don't sit there and wait to watch them live now. I'll DVR everything and I'll go back and watch it, man.
Well, that's another
Like,
thing. Take into account that we gotta watch.
Now, it has literally, honestly, like, okay, like you said, SmackDown's coming here, but like, you got to pay $100 and $200 to go watch something that I can sit here and watch in the comfort of my home. And we know how SmackDowns are, so it ain't like it's gonna be a freaking worth $300 to go watch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it just doesn't make sense to me, man. Like how you have taken a sport like wrestling and have made it into a greed. And people are jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, you know, like I was saying, like look at the celebrities that are at WWE shows now. I mean, it's nonstop.
They're there. The other thing too, Sean, is when you take into account how much it could go up even more, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think gonna alienate the working class that really likes to go to these wrestling events and can't go anymore because they only see dollar figures. They don't see the fans. They don't care
yeah,
about it.
because they're working for the no doubts. That's all it's about. Hey, look, bro, ain't nobody that's got stock in WWE complaining about their prices.
Maybe I should invest some money in that stock then. Damn.
Yeah, at this point, man, might as well, bro. Might as well. Let's jump over to the other company.
Oh, Dark Side.
Came out this week, and Tony Khan did address it. And so basically, it came out this week that Warner Brothers Discovery has a minority stake in AEW. There's never been anything clad that said they did. They finally found some release that says it. Then Tony Khan comes out on his call and says they have a very small minority stake, but I make all the decisions. Everything is through me. And the reason we bring this up, and the reason this has kind of become a subject, is because on a current edition 2 weeks ago or a week ago,
2 weeks
two
ago.
weeks ago, on an AEW Dynamite, they had a main event that was Brody King versus MJF. And the match didn't make news.
No.
What happened before the match made news. Anybody that knows Brody King knows that he is against ICE. He's got shirts and things that you can donate to and things like that. And the crowd took over the show and started chanting F Ice, F Ice. And then they throw a camera on MJF, and the little fire starter that he is, he just looks at the camera and goes,
Mm-hmm.
looking back like at Tony Khan, like, I told you what was going to happen. Then the match was basically MJF getting dropped on his head 3 times, and Brody King pinned him 1, 2, 3 to set up for their fight the following Saturday, which was at AEW Grand Slam. The problem was on Wednesday, everybody thought, hey, it's the heavyweight title match, AEW heavyweight title match. They're going to have them come out and cut some promos, and the crowd's ready to chant. No Brody King, no MJF. They just roll some video package. And then it brought up, Warner Brothers must have told him to keep off, for fear that they would, the thing that was going around was that they were worried that Trump would get mad and block the sale of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah, because you know how petty sometimes
Trump
can be.
100%. And I don't blame them if that's the case. But then it came out where, again, when that was going down, Tony was like, I make all the decisions, this and that. Then all of a sudden it comes out that, wait a minute, Warner Brothers does have a minority stake in it. And it is their TV station. And then Tony Khan went on a thing and says, I make all final decisions. Now, again, I don't not believe that Tony Khan makes all the decisions for AEW Final. But I can tell you right now, if Warner Brothers called him up and said, hey, we would strongly suggest that we keep Brody King off the air tonight, I would have to believe that Tony Khan would have to be like, all right, they strongly suggest. that tells me more than, this isn't just a, hey, maybe we don't do this, maybe we don't do that. Then they go to Grand Slam Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's back, people. It was back. And
mm-hmm.
And there's no avoiding it. There is no avoiding what was said and there. And now I ask you this, Frankie Fresco. I'm going to go this route. I know you might have a different route you wanted to go, but I'm going to go this route, and then we can flip back if it's different. Do you think Brody King took the L the way he did because of this?
No.
Yeah.
I still think Brody King was going to lose no matter what.
No. I'm not saying he wasn't going to lose, but he lost clean. He lost clean. There's no way that you can bring him right back into the fold. I know they did a promo afterwards and this and that, but you lost clean after you had help beating him. And I'm not taking anything with Brody King. I think Brody King can whoop my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Fast, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the way they presented that match, you can't put him back out there. It felt like they were like, all right, we're going to take Brody King off for a couple of weeks and let this die down.
Here's the thing that scares me about this. Back in the day, it was so easy to involve politics or like life events that were happening into wrestling.
Yes.
I mean, remember Hulk Hogan, USA, and all that stuff back in the day? You know what? I mean,
he fought the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. You know what I'm saying? And then you had the U.S. Express, Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo against them as well. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I mean, there's always been a sort of a politics. Even when, think about it. Donald Trump was involved in a WrestleMania where he was going to have to shave his head. Linda McMahon has been in in Congress. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things that happen and influence it. Now it feels like everybody's kind of on that. Like, I'll tell you something else. Surprised the shit out of me that Triple H and any of the WWE people were tweeting out how good Bad Bunny's halftime show was. It
Again,
surprised me. It did. I knew people would do it. Your Damian Priest, your guys like that.
yeah, all
But I
day.
didn't expect a Triple H, honestly. I didn't. I didn't expect them to do it like the way they did it.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They know the market. They know that wrestling, just like the NFL, is expanding, and they're going to go to these markets. They're gonna eventually. They had a big event. They had Backlash a couple years ago in Puerto Rico. There's a very good chance Bad Bunny is gonna come back for this WrestleMania. So it makes sense for them to go ahead
No,
and
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just still surprised that they did it that way because of the other effects that were going into it.
I think the reason they were okay and they felt like they could at least tweet something about it was because of the fact that Bud Bunny has been in the wrestling world as well. So people are not going to look at it as, hey, they're not going to look at them as a controversy for them saying stuff and stuff like that because he's involved. So a lot of people are going to look at the tweet and be like, "Oh, makes sense. He's supporting Bad Bunny because he wrestled, and there's a very good chance Bad Bunny might go out there." And who knows? Maybe that's the reason why that leaked, saying, "Oh, there's a chance Bad Bunny's going to come to WWE again," because that may give him an
I
excuse
believe
to
that, but
do that.
again, I look at it and I say, okay, I know which way they lean.
Yeah,
I know who they support.
all day.
So it was very odd to me. I knew Cody would do something because he's the total, but for Triple H to come out again, that is the one that really surprised me. And I get it. He's who you think of as far as the head of creative. But it surprised me that he came out that quickly as soon as the performance was over and even promoted it beforehand, knowing that, WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump and WWE Hall of Famer Kid Rock are on the other side.
Well, that's another thing. You also
Bad Bunny's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
No, but that's
you have two Hall of Famers on one side and a Bad Bunny. I'm just saying.
But you also got to remember, like what I was saying, they know the market, they know things are expanding, and if the prices are going to go up, they know that they're going to have to go outside of the United States now, so to get the crowds. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing maybe even WWE make their way after they made their way to the Saudis. They might bring some stuff over to South America or maybe to Mexico or stuff like that, especially since they have the Luchadors and AAA and all that stuff. Going back to Brody King, though. This is my concern. I think Brody King regrets wearing that shirt. To be very honest with you, he won't go on record, but I think he regrets it because I'm gonna say this right now. I think that's the last time we're gonna see Brody King in AEW. We'll see him at Ring of Honor. That's where you're gonna see Brody King. And if they ever was to let go of Brody King, because I don't think anybody is gonna stop chanting this F Ice for the next 3 years because of who's in power right now. And there's no way in hell WWE would pick up Brody King because it will trickle all the way to the WWE as well. And and fans over there will say that as well. I'm telling you right now, that is how lethal this whole chant has. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna hurt his career because he's so good. But I really feel like he shot himself in the foot by doing that. And I don't think he did it on purpose. I didn't think and I don't think the fans mean it in that sense, but at the end of the day, this trickled down to the point where I think it's gonna hurt his career. I hope not. I'm praying that it doesn't. I hope it just simmers down and people forget. But as long as this whole ICE situation keeps going on and we have Trump as our president, I really do feel that you're still gonna have fans chanting that every time they see Brody. And think about it. We heard it in freaking Australia, right? So it went all the way over there. They're not even dealing with ICE. That doesn't exist over there. That's only here. So that's how big it is. I feel like he shot himself in the foot. I think that's going to hurt him. Now, my question to you is, should AEW, not so much WWE, should AEW put some type of restriction when it comes to politics and stuff like that in their attire or in what they say on social media or what they say, anything like kind of like protecting them from a situation like this?
this goes with where, you let the nuts run the asylum, right? This is where, again, this is what makes independent wrestling independent. Because I could show up with whatever. And to go back to what you say about Brody King, last July he donated $27,768 to a heart foundation because that money was purchased the Abolish ICE shirts that he made. On February 11th, he reignited that, and now he is raising money for the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee with the Abolish ICE shirts. But I mean, again, this is where, like when you look at like WWE, you can't even get your hair cut unless you run it through them. You can't dye your hair. You can't add a tattoo. Everything has to be approved depending on, again, whether you want to say it, whatever. But the odd part about it is you're still an independent contract. Like, it's the craziest thing ever. But in order to make the money as the independent contractor, you got to be on their TV show. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta follow their rules too, right?
Yeah, and this is another thing too, to where, the one thing that Vince McMahon always did, and I always said, is he conditioned the fans so that you didn't get the ECW chants, the craziness, the whatever. You may get signs or whatever, but you're not getting the F ICE chants again, before. Now, honestly, if I'm paying freaking this much money for my tickets, I'm starting to chant whatever the hell I want to chant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to be the interesting part to see where this goes. Because again, WWE has conditioned their fan base and their talent to where this really isn't that big of an issue.
Well, the other thing you got to also realize, Sean, is that back in the day when Vince was running the show, we weren't this nitpicky when it comes to like politics, to like.
Oh no, you had think about it. The only time I've ever seen anything get really, because he put the JBL and Border Patrol with Eddie Guerrero, that one. But the one that really, like, they took off of TV because at the time they were still recording SmackDown was when the masked men attacked the Undertaker for what was his name? It was during the 9/11 time frame, and they attacked him, and basically they kidnapped the Undertaker. Is what happened. They had him on like their shoulders, and they carried him out, and they said it reflected too much on there, and unfortunately for that guy, and this is where, you're talking about where decisions have to be made. This guy was red hot heat. I mean, hot as far as heat.
Was this Mohammed Hassan?
Yes, Mohammed Hassan. Just like that, one show, he was gone. Gone, never to be seen again. Done. It was over. I was like, this poor guy, like, did everything they told him to do. His whole life he wanted to be there. They give him the gimmick, does it so well, gets so much heat that even the network is like, no, that's not making our TV. And then boom, gone. Vince McMahon, remember Vince McMahon, I'm just thinking of, this is not necessarily political things, but remember when Vince McMahon did the thing to where he was giving away money and then the stage falls on him. It's like, oh, who took out Vince McMahon? Then he survived that. Then he gets blown up in the car. But then that's when the Chris Benoit thing happened. Like, there's always been those edgy things, but never, again, and I agree with you, it's society, because society hasn't been this volatile, honestly.
I mean, think about it, man.
Everything is
I
on edge now.
I'm looking at this, right? And here's a couple of things that were edgy back in the day. So
Mhm.
they said the Katie Vick incident. This was in
Yeah,
2002.
that was with Kane. Yep.
Triple H accused Kane of murdering a woman named Katie Vick. Oh my god, that was crazy, right? And then Mae Young's hand baby. We remember that one. That was
Yeah.
kind of awkward.
Oh,
Then you
what about Big Boss Man? Went to Big Show's father's funeral,
yes,
hooked up the casket, and drove it around the cemetery.
that's insane, dude. You can't.
With
Okay.
Big Show on top of it.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, but remember when Eddie Guerrero passed away, Randy Orton started talking it was like a feud with him and Rey Mysterio saying
Yeah.
that Eddie Guerrero was burning in hell. And Eddie Guerrero had died, and he had told him, "Yo, he's burning in hell." So those are like, and not to mention all the sexual like
Oh
storylines,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
During the
license
Attitude Era,
celebration,
Jesus.
and
And think about even before that,
Trish barks like a dog and all that crap.
Jake the Snake Roberts takes the Cobra, Macho Man stuck in the ropes, and he makes the Cobra bite his arm.
But that's not that bad. That's not
Dude,
that bad.
do you understand? Like they knew Macho Man didn't like snakes,
Yeah, I know he was freaking out.
and they were like, we weren't sure that they got all the venom out of it. And this is in
That's
this dude's arm,
that's
bro. Like,
scary. That was
bro,
scary.
like, you know what? I don't know. I'm getting out of this. You know what I'm saying?
But they Macho Man. I can tell you this, Vince
Yes.
McMahon.
And he teaches school, or he's a principal. Muhammad Hassan is a principal, I believe. But he's Italian, I believe. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Karun. And he's a school principal or a school teacher or something.
Look, I looked one up as well. Sergeant Slaughter as an Iraqi sympathizer during the
Yeah.
Gulf War.
Mhm.
I remember that, bro.
Yeah.
That is, dude.
Well, I did the same thing when I was tank, my Marine background, and then I became what was I? Man, jeez, wow.
Bringing some old memories.
Yeah. I teamed up with the slasher, the Syrian slasher,
Okay.
and I was oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank? Oh my goodness.
I wasn't there. I can't help you. Thinking about it.
Dave Johnson, rest in peace, gave me the gimmick. Oh, it was the American Taliban.
Jesus Christ.
I drove from town to town with the Iranian flag in my car.
Jesus.
So if I stopped for gas, the Iranian flag was hanging like in my window.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fun times, man. Fun times.
So now looking at all this, right? And
there's always been the edgy stuff, but you're right. It's more society now falling down to where everything is
like you're working on neck shows. Yeah, you're working on neck shows. You bring up even if you post something in social media.
You're scraping ice off a guy's shirt and you're told that you're fondling a kid. Yeah, I know.
He was not scraping ice on a shirt.
They got a video up to the thing and there's ice on his shirt.
He was pinching that kid's booty.
No, he wasn't.
He was, at least that's what the video looks like. And if that was the case, I mean, that's not even your kid. Why are you even touching that kid? Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't touch anybody's kid. That's not my kid. Shouldn't be touching it, even if I know him.
There's another picture of him holding the kid too. I mean, maybe he scooped him up and he held him like that for some reason. I don't know.
To try to simmer down the controversy, right?
Look, kid, don't tell him anything, right? I'll give you a lollipop.
Yeah, like yo, we gotta angle this now to now.
Oh, goodness.
Because Frankie Fresco's building a lot of crap on this. I only got it from TMZ. I'm just letting you guys know. But anyways, long story short, where do you think Brody King is gonna go with this? Do you feel his career is gonna be tainted for the next couple of years until possibly Trump gets out of office? But do you feel like his career might be hurt the next couple of years? And can he bounce back from this?
You know what, man? To be honest, if something happens to him and I'm in the AEW locker room, I call bullshit to TK.
What do you mean?
You're gonna go after him now because stuff was said, but you were okay with it beforehand. This isn't new. Brody King's been doing this since last year, 2 years ago. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. If you didn't put a kibosh on it before, now because it gets to all these political shows and it's your TV show and to be honest, I never saw AEW on a lot of these stations. I'm seeing them on right now because of this incident. And now you're gonna sit there and you're gonna punish this guy. And then I watch, like to me, I feel like they punished him by the way they had him beat.
Yes.
That hurt him more than anything else.
But they had to. He had to lose that way.
No.
Okay, here's the thing, Sean. Here's the thing with this whole story. If you came up to me, if you were AEW and I was Tony Khan, and you're like, "Yo, dude, why are you doing this to him? Like he's been doing this shit the whole time." I'm be like, "Do you know who pays the bills? I do. Do you know who also pays the bills? TV channel. Do you still want me to pay you?"
Yes, but Brody King wasn't in there chanting F Ice.
I understand that. That's why I feel that it hurt in the long run. It's like it's not his fault. He wasn't expecting that to happen, but at the same time, this unfortunately him wearing the shirt and somebody coming up with that all of a sudden that chant it jeopardized him, And
can I tell you something? If I'm AEW and I'm Tony Khan, I make a new tag team and I call them Ice. And I have them jump Brody King.
If it was the 2000s, the 90s, I agree with you 100%. You can't do that now, dude. No way they're going to do something like that. No.
I would, man. I would build off this so much, man.
Yeah. I mean, that would be something you could have done back in the day, but not now. That's a big no-no in everybody's eyes. And at the end of the day, bro, like it sucks for Brody King because he's a great wrestler. They were building him so well. And when I saw him lose so clean, I was like, we knew he was gonna lose, but yeah. And for the first time, it felt like AEW finally had a big guy and they were pushing him the right way, right? Like it finally felt like, okay.
I thought they made 2 mistakes on this card, by the way.
Okay. What do you think? What
that one? That one, I thought, no. Again, not that Brody King had to win. I felt like MJF is the scummiest champion you can have. Let him win scum. You know what I'm saying? Like scum it up a little bit. That way it was just like, I get it. He was working the knee and all the stuff that worked out against him and things like that. But again, you beat him clean. And then I thought the Andrade.
Oh, you didn't like that? You didn't like that Hangman won?
I feel like you're just running it back again, man. You could have had Andrade go up there. Not that Andrade has to win or anything, but it's fresh. It would have been fresh. Now you get Hangman and MJF again.
Well, the problem is when everything fails, it goes back to his guys. Yeah. I'm gonna go to Moxley.
It's Vince with
Darby.
Brock. It's Vince with the big guys. Whenever in trouble, put title on Brock.
Yeah.
Put title on Stone Cold. Put title on this guy.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, like for example, if you saw that Dynamite last week's Dynamite, you had Ciampa versus Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher beat him. And I actually said, okay, that's not bad, but that's kind of messed up that he won the championship maybe a week before, and then he loses it right away to Kyle Fletcher. You feel me? But I still think Kyle Fletcher wasn't a bad choice to pick him to beat Ciampa because Ciampa, look, again, flavor of the month, right? He's brand new. He's a brand new toy out there, so they're going to
I didn't have a problem with that. I did have a problem with them running Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher 7.
Yeah, they don't stop.
Look,
but they had a ladder match, though.
The match kicked ass and everything else there, but it's like, again, you kind of go back to what you know on a chance when you could have had Ciampa and Fletcher as the ladder match and not done it on Dynamite. Fletcher could have won the title in Australia.
That is true, but they wanted him to be the champion going into Australia, so that's why they.
I get, but again,
I don't think it would have made a difference. I agree with you. I think he could have just won the belt over there in Australia because he still would have gotten a pop. He got a pop when he won. So, but at the end of the day, I think that's the problem with AEW. Sometimes they bring a new toy, they show it. Like, look right now. What's up with MVP? What's up with the Hurt Syndicate?
Well, Lashley's hurt, so they're out right now.
But just because Lashley's out, all of a sudden you don't see MVP, you don't see Sheldon Benjamin. Like they don't show them not even an ounce. Like do something with them. Like still, I understand her syndicate, but still, you gotta keep these guys on TV. They don't have to wrestle, but show something. That way, people don't forget about them. Because then all of a sudden you're gonna run into a situation with like Warlow. Where the hell's that guy? Or other guys out there that you're like Sammy Guevara, another guy. So it just feels like they grab these guys and then all of a sudden they throw them to Ring of Honor and you forget about them because nobody's tuning into Ring of Honor. I'm sorry. So
No reason to.
there isn't. There isn't.
You've
So
done nothing with that show except
it's sad. And it's even worse than NXT. That's the problem. Like NXT took a big hit the beginning of this year. We're losing a lot of talent and it sucks. And once they get rid of Sol Ruka out of there and Lola Vice and all that, then man, I don't know. Even though they open up tryouts, right? They're having tryouts again.
Yeah, Nikki Blackheart from CCW's there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Definitely cool. Good stuff for her. I'm happy for her.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
So yeah, so that I feel like that sometimes they
the problem is though is they're doing what Vince McMahon wanted to do, and unfortunately this time Triple H has no say. Triple H could dodge around and keep some guys down there and gals to keep NXT afloat. But now, again, with the way TKO is, if they're making this money, either cut them or get them to the main roster. That seems to be the way this is going.
Well, Josh points out a good thing here. And it's going back to it's kind of related between AEW and WWE. But Royce Keys, I read something online.
No, he wrestled at SmackDown this week.
No, but they were saying, was that true that they were saying that? Because I read something, maybe
his age.
Yes.
His age. Yeah.
Was that true? Was that something that?
No, they knew his age. I mean, they send you to Philadelphia to get Olympic drug tested. You think they don't know how old the guy is?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like they were.
I mean, the fact that it come out now is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Because that tells me AEW leaked it, thinking that because again, back in the day, and this is why I kind of, when I hit a certain part in my wrestling career, was like, all right, that's it. Because the thing back in the day was once you got 32, 33, you're out of WWE. You're out of their window. Unless you're like this Adonis or Olympic gold medalist or something like that, that they can build off of. But normal guys, 32, 33, 34, that's it. And then they're just odd that they're going to leak that. And it's like, you're going to tell me, they could probably tell you what that guy ate for dinner last night and they didn't know how old he was. And they got a fake birth certificate. And what are we doing? Obama stuff here?
I mean, I don't know, man. But for them to hire a 41-year-old, bro, that's a...
Yeah, but look at him. Does he look 41?
No, he doesn't look 41.
Yeah. Think about it. When Hulk Hogan won the heavyweight title, how old do you think he was when he first won the WWE title from the Iron Sheik in 1984?
32. Was he 32?
Hold on a minute. I got to remember. I want to say it was 35, but...
Because I know he was up there, and he was in his 30s, I believe, when he... When he won his belt. I'm not sure.
So he was. No, you're right. You nailed it. 30 going on 31.
Okay.
But look at him. If you looked at him at that time and said he's 30, would you believe it?
Oh, he was missing some hair already.
He already had the whole that whole thing there.
He was missing hair already.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of guys that, that's why the age thing has never come up, because there's guys that are a lot older than you would think, because again, they're dyeing their beards every week for TV. They're, it's not like me and you sitting here on a podcast and we got a little grays and thing. No, there's always brown. You'll never know the age. And
unless we tell you.
Yeah. So then, that's the thing with wrestling. It's like
yeah, I mean, and that goes to show you as well, because remember what you told me. We had this conversation that I said, when Finn Balor had that fight with CM Punk in Ireland, and it was a pop, and I said, it's time for them to try to push one more time Finn Balor, you were like, Frankie, how old is Finn Balor? And Finn Balor is in his 40s as well.
Yeah.
So then, but there is a chance because if look, they brought in Royce Keys over Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, but what they do is they bring those guys in for roles.
You don't think Finn Balor can still?
Oh, I know Finn Balor can go. I'm just saying what they used them for. They're the guys that
that's not what Royce Keys was thinking, because Royce Keys signed with WWE because he figured that there's a very good opportunity for him to be something big in WWE. Wasn't that the reason why he signed over there?
Yeah, because he's gonna branch out into TV and movies. Again, this is why they go there. They're not going there to become a heavyweight champion. They're going there because they know they've got a thing with Netflix, and they got wrestlers going and doing guest spots on all these shows on Netflix and everything else. That's what's going on.
Yeah, because I got more money from AEW and he turned it down.
Yeah, you got to make your life, because you got to look at it and go, okay, I stay in AEW, I get paid more,
but my brand stays the same.
Well, my brand stays the same, and then when wrestling's over, what do I have?
And I'm 41.
Now he gets into a couple, shows, and maybe he sucks at acting. I don't know. But maybe he's great at it. I don't know either. So then he gets the opportunity, and now he can say, okay, this works or it doesn't work.
Yeah. I feel like it's
like with like everybody's like, oh, with Jade Cargill, like, do you understand all the stuff she's doing behind the scenes now? She has all this, like, I don't know if she did it or if it's through WWE or whatever, but she has a lot of things that's going on because of what her stature is with the WWE. And again, I don't know if she got the roles with it or WWE gave her the roles, but they happened because of that opportunity. And that's what you go for.
Yep.
And the thing too is, like, with Royce Keys he was a last minute entrant into the Royal Rumble. They weren't. I want to watch and see if they do on the Unreal, because my understanding was he was there, like, visiting and, like, just as part of the crew to see how everything functions. And then they were like, hey, we're going to put you out there. And then there wasn't plans. That's why he wasn't on Raw the next week, or he's still wrestling, like, the dark matches, and I'm not even sure. Maybe he did a SmackDown. I saw the SmackDown ring, but I didn't watch the whole show. And he took on Kit Wilson. In this one, he spine busted him through the mat.
Jeez.
So
yeah, we'll see where it goes. Now, I wanna ask you a topic that we didn't cover last week because we were off last week. We had a couple of things to do. But and it was the fact that Ava left NXT and Robert Stone became the interim general manager for NXT, right? So again, like I told you, I've been watching a lot of podcasts out there, and one of the guys that was highly controversial was, again, Steven Richards.
Yeah,
so Steven, yeah, so
I love him to death. I wrestled him. Fantastic, man. Fantastic in the ring. But sometimes I think he's a click guy.
Well, he brought up something very interesting about, obviously, the whole Ava situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going in on Ava, saying that she got big time favored over a lot of talent because of being The Rock's daughter, right? And I guess, I don't remember exactly, but she went to the training facility, trained, and she wasn't the best. And this was
they didn't want to have her in the ring. They were worried about her in the ring.
Yeah, because she wasn't good. And they were cutting people left and right because this was during the COVID time that was happening. But yet she still survived. She still was able to survive in the WWE world. And they made her the general manager. And she was able to do her stuff as a general manager. Now, Steven Richards went ahead and said, look, I don't think he did a good... I mean, she had little small roles. We didn't care if she was there or she was, and all that stuff. I personally feel like she played a huge part. I think she elevated that role.
She grew into that role.
Yeah.
She grew in and elevated that role, yes.
So, now, coming out, obviously, there's there's another person out there that likes to talk and is going to defend his people, and that's Booker T. So I'm getting this out of Ringside News, and Booker T went on record to say that it's like people jumping all over Ava last week. Ava left NXT, and then I see people, old heads too. I'm going to call them out, like Stevie Richards and his partner James. I know Richards tries to do the best to help out James. He acknowledged that Ava's famous lineage as the daughter of Dwayne The Rock Johnson may have opened doors, but said that shouldn't erase the progress she made on the screen. This is again what Booker T says. But the thing is, maybe Ava did get her job because of her dad. But I watched when she first started the job, and she wasn't that good. I can attest to that. But I also watched Ava grow in that job, and I saw her get so much better at what she was doing. People just want to harp on how bad she was and not give her credit for how much better she had gotten. That's what this business is all about. It's about growing. I could imagine one of these guys speaking on Ava, like Dutch Mantel, and the rest of them. Dutch Mantel. I can only imagine if your kid was in the business and getting the same criticism Ava was getting when she was just doing a job and hopefully having fun doing it. To hear grown men tearing young people down like that is beyond me. It really is. They need to check themselves. Now he goes more. I don't know if you want me to read it, but he goes in and he says, like I said, I could only imagine if you had a kid striving to get into this business, thinking about your own careers and how hard it is to make it in the next level. Do that for a second. Do that for a second instead of sitting here critiquing and knocking someone who's just trying to have fun and do a job and maybe leave a legacy. It makes me mad when I hear these old heads who know better doing that. Do you know how hard it is in this business? It's ridiculous. So he's calling out the guys who criticized her because they were saying that she wasn't good. But I think we both are on the same page, both you and me. She grew. She got better in that role, and I miss her. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss her in NXT. Like maybe I won't miss her in the next couple of weeks, but as of right now,
to say that she was favored when her contract came up, they lowballed her.
It did
lowball her. How is she favored? How is she favored though? I mean,
because they're saying that they were letting go of people during that COVID time, and she sucked. So technically,
she sucked as a wrestler, and they filled the void of the GM because Regal wasn't there.
But how many people get that opportunity? But how many people get that opportunity to get that GM role?
Well, obviously, they saw something in her that made them go, "Could she do this?" And again, yes, you can get the opportunity, but you still got to knock the door down, bro. Wrestling, come on, man. You're gonna tell me pro wrestling? Go back in the day. Again, this is this age right now. Do you understand? You had to know somebody to get into the wrestling business. There was no wrestling schools. There was none of that shit. Roddy Piper is related to Bret Hart. Let that sink in. Think of how the wrestling business worked.
Yeah.
It always was about family and advancing and things like that.
Yeah, but I think
to sit there and say that, like, oh, now, like, oh, this and that. Well, boo fucking who? She got it. She got the opportunity. She got better, and they couldn't get rid of her until they lowballed her.
But I get where you're going. I get where you're going. But I also do feel that, hey, if it was a young Sean Stanley or a young Frankie Fresco out there, they probably won't tap us on the shoulder and be like, hey, Frankie, how about we give you a temporary role as a GM? Let's try you out on there. Or Sean, how about you, man? Let's put you on the GM. No, it was probably because she was the Rock.
The problem is, but here's the thing. The Rock probably wisened her up and said, hey, when you're there, show them different versions of yourself. Don't just be a wrestler, because then when they don't need a wrestler, guess what happens?
Get cut.
You get cut. So show them different areas you could be utilized, because it's sports entertainment. So yes, she had a leg up, because I'm sure Dwayne was telling her what kind of like, hey, look, you're not good in the ring. Show them what else you can do to make you a reason to stay. So maybe her promos were better than the other ones, and they're like, she can't do shit in a ring.
It's just hard for me to say that they were going to keep her, especially doing that.
We lost Regal. We need and then she never has to wrestle. We don't have to worry about the putting her in the ring. Okay, let's try that and see how it goes. And again, she finished her NXT contract, and when they offered her a new one, they lowballed her because of what she offered them. You can't wrestle, you can't do this, so all that you're good for is this. This is what we'll pay you for. No? Okay, thank you. We'll bring in Mr. Stone.
Man. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get both sides of the spectrum. I'm not gonna lie. I get both sides of the spectrum. There's always favoritism. There's pretty sure they gave her an opportunity because she was The Rock's daughter. But I also feel that
100%.
there's definitely a good point that she definitely
But again,
made
if she couldn't do the job, she wouldn't have stayed there, though.
100%. 100%. I agree with you on that.
So that's my thing is like a lot of times wrestlers get so narrow-minded that they're there to just wrestle. They forget that there's other aspects to it that they don't show the talent evaluators, the office. Because again, at NXT, or at least at FCW, there's cameras everywhere. Not in the bathroom, but every area of the gym. They can see everything you're doing. If you go to a corner to pout, they'll see it. If you go and you complain or something, they can see it. They're watching everything you do. Why?
If you're taking a shit, they'll see it.
No, they're not in the bathroom. That's why I said they're not in the bathroom.
I'm messing with you.
No, but the thing is, like, again, because sometimes they fuck with people. I was there when our thing. This guy went out there and cut a pretty decent promo. Wasn't great. Wasn't blowing out. But again, this guy came off the street. And the reason I knew he came off the streets, because if they paid the money to go to it and they weren't trained, they couldn't wrestle. So you had to cut the promo.
Okay.
For them to see you. So he cut the promo, and man, if they didn't just rip this dude like he had nothing, I would have thought the guy just went up there and went. He got out of the ring.
It felt bad.
Went over to this chair and was in tears, basically.
Damn, that sucks, dude.
They sent another guy over there, and they told him to get his bag and go home.
Jesus. Did that guy ever wrestle again?
No, I never saw him again. I mean, there was guys from all over. But again, they want to see how you react to stuff because, again, everything's not going to go your way. How much time on the Unreal stuff have you watched it and it's been like, oh, this is what it was going to be, but now it's not. And if you're back there going boo-hoo, 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 now somebody gets hurt in the ring because you're boo-hooing, it's just like, you just got to show them. You got to make yourself unfireable. Something Zach Krantz taught me in radio. Make yourself unfireable. Know how to do everything.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but you haven't fired me, so I must be doing something right.
I just can't find anybody else. Not going to lie.
Damn. All right. Well, last topic. Kind of wrestling related, I guess. We got our girl, baby. We got our girl. Woo, she's back. You know who we're talking about. It's Ronda Rousey. She's back, sir. She's back, but she's not back in the wrestling ring. She's actually fighting back in the UFC. What do you think?
Oh, no. She is not in the UFC. She's in the MMA.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Yeah,
You're correct.
Dana White wasn't taking that call for TKO.
Absolutely right.
We don't want this on our card.
So, we got Gina Carano, Hottie, versus Ronda Rousey, who's still a pretty decent Hottie, too. Hottie versus Hottie on Netflix, Jake Paul.
Yeah, Pacquiao versus Mayweather, 12 years too late.
the Saudis out here and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. But it's in the Intuit Dome. It's in the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but the Jake Paul
it's
guy,
the MVP Productions.
But the guy who works with Jake Paul is a Saudi guy, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think he's a Saudi guy. So, question, sir. Is there a possibility that this will actually succeed?
Oh, it'd probably be a big draw. But then once the bell rings, I don't think it's going to be as good. It's going to be Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
No, because how old is Gina Carano? She's not that old. She's still in. I think she's under 40. I don't think she's that. Let me see. Gina Carano. Here we go. She is Oh damn, she's 43. Oh, she's a nice MILF. And Ronda Rousey's what? Ronda Rousey's probably in her late 30s. Ronda Rousey's 39. So you got some 40-year-olds out there banging it. I like it. I like it.
Well, the problem too, though, is like Ronda Rousey couldn't handle the punches after she got knocked out the one time.
Yeah, but she
Like,
took a break.
If you watched her against Amanda Nunes, you would have thought like Ronda Rousey was a chicken. As soon as she got hit, she ducked down, and Amanda Nunes just cooked her.
Yeah, but Amanda Nunes is a beast. She's the GOAT.
I get that,
women.
But the problem is Ronda Rousey wasn't taking hits at the end of what changed.
Well,
Look, I hope I'm wrong because I know Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano could bury me right now. You know,
they could bury me all day.
Even younger. But what I'm saying though is, like, I just don't think the fight's gonna be that. And they did 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, because they're both fit. They're both ready to duke it out. Now, here's my question to you, sir.
All right, man. All right. I'm not watching it.
If it, besides not well, I'm definitely watching.
Well,
it.
actually, I'll watch this on Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix, yeah.
But check this out.
Yep.
If Ronda Rousey loses, or even Gina Carano loses, do we get Ronda Rousey back in the WWE, sir? That's the main question right here.
No. I think that's done. I think that's why she did this.
But what happens if she doesn't succeed in this? Because she's obviously been training.
Yeah, no. I think she wanted one more fight, which is why she didn't go back to WWE or AEW or any wrestling. I
Well,
think
she did a one time.
She did the one-off
AEW.
thing to team up with Marina Shafir, that one show.
But overall, I mean, I like the fact that Ronda Rousey is getting back into the, physical aspect, because I do feel that maybe there's a chance for her to make it back into wrestling, and maybe she'll have a different concept and a different view of wrestling, because I felt like her time in WWE was a little bit sway because of, I don't think she got along with Vince McMahon. I think that's the reason why, and I think that's why she talked a lot of shit about wrestling.
No, I think what happened is exactly why Stevie Richards and all them are talking about Ava.
What do you mean by that?
Because Vince gets his favorites.
Oh, yeah. No.
And if you're his favorite, it doesn't matter. She was complaining, I had to lose to Liv. Because Liv was over at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, yes, in a real fight, you probably bury her. I get that. But that's not, and then she took everything kind of like personally, and it's not. It's just, it's a show. It's entertainment.
She has to realize that it was sports entertainment.
Yes, but again, that's where, that's why, like, to me, the Ken Shamrocks and those guys, when they came into wrestling, were so unique because they were able to kind of forget that they were the most dangerous man in the world and join in the world of pro wrestling and take losses and not be, like, oh, you're trying to bury me. No, it's part of the show. You'll get your comeback afterwards, but you got to look like a fool for a little bit, and then you come out on top. That's the way it always works.
Well, you're not always going to make it on top either, right? But yeah, it does happen. And obviously her name was already big going into WWE. So yes, I think.
Well, and the other thing too was,
not her.
Think about what her first match was. Ronda Rousey's first match.
I don't remember. What was that? Becky Lynch, right?
After that, it's WrestleMania.
I guess Becky
The
Lynch,
Rock
right?
and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie.
Oh, there you go. See, that goes to show you that when I first saw Ronda Rousey, the first time I saw Ronda Rousey, because I wasn't into too much wrestling, was when she fought Becky Lynch. I think headlining WrestleMania, right? I think that was the one.
Yeah, I think that was the headliner. Yep.
So that was when I actually started tuning in here and there again. But I didn't know. I don't. Oh, I do remember watching that fight.
Yeah, she was in the crowd with the 4 horsewomen.
I do remember that. But I forgot that. I didn't know that was the first match that she came back to. But yes, I do remember that match because I did watch that replay. Because I usually go back and I usually tune into some of the old stuff sometimes because I really enjoy just catching up on some stuff that I probably didn't watch when I took a break from wrestling, obviously. But anything else you want to talk about before we call it a night, sir? Anything we missed? Anything spicy? I know TNA doing better. Good for them.
Yeah.
Happy
the
for them.
ratings are going up again. However you want to look at that. I mean,
Yeah.
again, they're getting better on a timing standpoint, and then also I think now you're a lot of guys and gals stuck around for the debut show and then left, i.e. the Iconics, or the Inspiration. I'm sorry, there. You had the one that left and then came back, and now he's doing the thing with the Feast or Fired briefcase. All those guys. So now you're kind of starting to get the roster the way it's going to be, minus a few, I think. So, again, just continue to be the best. This is where companies need to be and worry about themselves. Be the best TNA.
Yeah.
Be the best AEW you can be. Don't worry about trying to become the WWE. They've had a huge ass head start, and they're light years ahead on production.
Yeah.
So
they got long ways to go, but you got to capitalize on what you're successful in, right?
I say it all the time. Paul Heyman, greatest thing he ever said with ECW. You accentuate the positives and you hide the negatives. Why was the building so dark? Because we had a shitty crowd.
Yeah, 100%. That was true.
He's like, we had a loud crowd, but it was not a good crowd.
You have to do what you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. You accentuate the positives and you hide the negatives.
Of course. You don't know how many times I DJ and I probably have a full house on the dance floor, and then there's sometimes when I have nobody, but you're not going to see me post a video of when I have nobody. You're going to see me post when I had a full house dancing. This is how I roll. You got to put the positive, not the negative.
Yep.
But hey, one last thing, because I know we're going to end the show. CCW. I was tuning in. I'm excited. I'm going to try to go to this event because I am excited. This, I believe, is the first time Matt Riddle is going to be wrestling here in Miami. So
second time.
So
Bash, because he wrestled with somebody else against 5 Star Era.
But I think it was
teamed up with somebody.
I think it was in Doral, right? Was it at the Doral location?
It was at the what's the building? I think in the mall, the one they do every like 6 months. There's
I don't remember that one.
What it was, but yeah, there.
But this one is Bash at the Brew 62, which is right there by the Doral area. I haven't been there before, but you have a hell of a fight. The first time we're gonna see Matt Riddle come to the Bash, so it's his first time at a Bash at the Brew.
At a Bash, yeah, okay.
Taking on the franchise, Cha 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 Charlie. So I am probably gonna go to this just because I'm a big Cha Cha Charlie fan, and I haven't seen Matt Riddle in a long time. This is Friday, March the 6th. I think start time is 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna definitely try to go to this. I'm not gonna go to SmackDown, but I'm gonna go to Bash the Brew and check out some wrestling.
What date is that? March what?
March the 6th. It's a Friday. March 6th. So it's a couple months from now because we got February, March. No,
like 2 weeks.
It's like 2 weeks. What am I talking about? Yeah. So this is the card. This is the lineup right here.
I join you for that, buddy.
This is the line. Yeah, it's right. It's actually close to your house. It's not that far. Former WWE / TNA star Trevor Lee debuts to challenge the Vampire War Gangrel for
who Trevor Lee is, right?
Who is Trevor Lee?
What was he in WWE? Damn it.
It says #WWE and TNA. So that's why I was gonna look him up. I gotta look at his face. That's why Trevor Lee. Let me see if I remember.
Cameron Grimes.
Oh wow,
that's Cameron Grimes. Yeah, I don't know if he's all fixed up or what he's got, but that's Cameron Grimes. I couldn't remember what the hell his name was.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool to see him. I wasn't a big fan of him when he was in WWE, but that's pretty cool that he's going to be at CCW. So he's going to go against Gangrel for the heavyweight championship. Riddle goes against Cha Cha Charlie. The King's Court put the WCW, what an idiot. CCW tag team title on the line in a rematch against former champion 5 Star Era, your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Miami's own Domino. Domino, a.k.a. Bad Bunny. Seeks to prove himself in a rematch against Stallion Rogers and Jackal Stevens and Alex. How do you say his name? Action?
I think it's Ocean. I think I pronounced it. It's spelled action, but I think it's say Ocean. I'm not sure.
Says
Or
reunite
action. I think it's action.
action. Reunite to face the South American Alliance.
Oh, which one?
ECW
Which two?
It doesn't say. It just says WCW ECW legend Bill Alfonso is going to be there with them. That's all.
Yeah,
it
he's
says.
their manager. He's their manager. That's
see.
our boy, and then the two guys, the two smaller guys.
Bash.
Alan S2S or something.
Yes, S2S. You're right about that.
And then one that's on AEW that does commentary for the Spanish.
I forgot.
God, he was
I know
the champion. He was the champion when we went to Fort Pierce. Port St. Lucie.
I think he's Argentino or Chileno. One of the two. Forgot his name. I know who you're talking about, but I forgot his name. Oh man, what was his name? Jesus, so bad with names. But it should be good, man. It should be a good card. It should be. That's why I'm interested in going. Damn it, what is his name? I see him in the actual brochure. I just can't remember his name. It's right there. Let me see if I see. No, it doesn't say it on this brochure either. Matthew, Charlie, Big, Weirdo and Grimes. I miss you guys. No, I'm trying to.
He was teaming with Meadow that night because he returned and helped Meadow in his match against ERA.
CCW. I think he's Argentinian, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Argentinian wrestler, AEW commentator. Commentary. Let's see who it is. There has to be a name. Where is this guy's name? I forgot his name.
Ariel Levy.
Ariel Levy. That's what it was.
That's it. Ariel Levy. Sorry.
Ariel Levy. There you go. That's my boy. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool guys. Cool guys. And I remember we talked about him a while back. I said, man, I went to see him at one of the shows and he lost a ton of weight. He looks skinny as hell. And he used to be big because the first time I ever went to CCW was a street fight between Ariel Levy and Cha-Cha Charlie. It was one of the most brutal street fights I've ever seen. And I said, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? And Cha-Cha Charlie was like bleeding. It was when he hit himself against the steel steps and his blood was squirting off the side of his head. And I was like, what?
He must have hit the corner.
Yeah,
he probably hit the corner and it boop.
Jesus Christ! And I remember, I'll never forget. I went with my dad, and my dad hasn't gone to a wrestling show in years. I might take my dad. You know what? I'm gonna take my dad and my mom that day. My mom has never got to a wrestling show. I'm gonna take her to that wrestling show.
You can take her to the brewery.
I'll take her to the brewery. My mom is retired, so you know what? I'll take my old girl to wrestling. Check them out with my dad. They got nothing to do. My mom is at home. She's like, she just retired. Cheers for my mom finally retiring. Thank God. She retired last Thursday. So she's been hitting me up and she's like, I'm so bored, Frank. I got nothing to do. So here you go. We're gonna go see some wrestling in 2 weeks. I'm gonna call her after the show and tell her, Mom, we're gonna go see some wrestling with Dad. I'll take you guys over there. I'll pick you guys up. They're closer. They're like in Hialeah. It's like 2-minute drive from where I'm at. So definitely, if you guys are gonna be out there, Bash at the Brew 62. Let me know, Sean, if you go. You'll meet my mom and my papa.
I might have to reach out and
see I met your papa, so you might meet my papa and my mama. You know, so
I met your dad, mom. Come on, man.
Oh yes, you did. You did meet him the day of my brother's graduation. God, you're right.
You forget all about me, man. Look at that. Look at that, man.
My mistake.
Man, I'm crying now, bro. Nah, man.
You know what? If they see you, they'll be happy to see you. They always ask me about you. They're like, Frankie, are you still doing the show? I said, of course, Mom. Only when Sean hasn't kicked me out. He hasn't found a way to fire me yet. So
yeah, you haven't messed up yet.
I haven't gotten you so mad enough to the point where you're like, Frankie, get the hell out of here. I'm working with somebody else. I'm afraid. Sometimes I feel like, oh, Adrian's gonna take my spot. No, but whatever, it's all good.
You're my man. You my man.
I love Adrian. I love the rainy day too.
I love my whole podcast family, man.
Same.
Everybody we got going.
Check
that's out it, man. Let them know where they can see you, man.
Yep. Check out the show, Frankie Fresco, also Stanley Media House. You could check me on all social media platforms, Frankie Fresco. If you watch the show right now, please hit that like, please share, please tell your friends. We're trying to grow. You know, we've been doing this. Sean, how long have we been doing? Dude, we're going for what, 3 years now? I think it's 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a couple months where we've been off, but not a lot of. It's been pretty consistent. Pretty consistent.
I'll tell you this. I'll never forget. We started in WrestleMania 2 years ago because you invited me, you invited No Doubt, and Sammy, and it was the four of us that were doing the WrestleMania pre-show. And that was the first time I got on camera with you guys. And then after that, you brought me on, and I appreciate it. And love
Been
doing the show with
downhill
you.
since.
It's been downhill. Our viewership has gone down more and more every single week, but I'm
What are you
still
talking
here.
about, man? We're spiking, buddy. We're spiking.
But yes, you could check me out at Frankie Fresco. Check the replays out. If you check the replays out, again, just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and of course, follow us. Follow my trail. Follow me on social media. I'm always DJing. Shout out to Josh. I know Josh went with me. Sean rejected my offer to go see the general manager and the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And the crazy thing is that the big old radio show spoke about it. He would have known. If Sean would have told me, Frankie, record it, he would have probably been present. He would have heard the whole conversation that the general manager and the coach basically said. Because I was there with my brother. I invited Sean. Sean didn't want to go, but Josh did go, and his wife. So shout out to Josh. I was able to meet your wife. So shout out to Josh and his wife. Great people. Really, really enjoyed having them come to the Dolphins I guess interview with the GM with Beavis and Butthead. Very proud of it. And Sean, of course, I'm messing with him. I know he had stuff to do. So, but don't forget to follow him. Don't forget to follow us. Hit the like, do everything. Just
I'm at SS_sports talk on X, Stanley Media House, everywhere else. And Stefan, or I think it's Stefan or Steven, we discuss a little bit of all the news and rumors that go around here on the Squared Circle Digest. On my channel and Frankie on his channel, we do shorts, maybe talking a little bit about different things. So we cover a little bit of different. Also here, I cover NASCAR and South Florida sports. But if you will, please hit that notification, hit that subscribe button. We talk a lot about wrestling, a little bit of everything. We're here locally in Miami, so we have CCW right out our back door, which has become a pretty good little territory for everybody. Want to thank my dad that was in. Steven, appreciate you for jumping in there. No Doubt was in. Josh was in. Karoon was in. We got, who is that one? Complete. You are. Okay. Thank you, sir. Finch TV, Sammy was in as well. Adrian, always appreciate that. That's the podcast family. Them, No Doubt. Frankie Fresco, of course.
Official memo.
Official memo in there. There's Samurai Kai Chisholm was in the building.
He was there as well.
Terry Davis said already. Yeah, Terry Davis. That's the bomb. That's a guy. That young man there, I wrestled with in the FWA. He's actually one of the guys that helped train my fat ass.
Oh wow.
That is, yeah. Steven Gonzalez was in earlier, and I think I got everybody. Oh, somebody came in late. It is No Doubt. My Wi-Fi was garbage.
Yeah, and Steven, if you tune in more often, like I said, we usually do the shows at 7 or 8 o'clock. So just the best way to get it is just get the reminder. And if you have questions on the chat board, we do answer them as well. So especially if you're a newbie, we definitely like to answer new questions for all the people who join us in the chat every day when we do the show. So yeah, man, we talk. Sean used to be a wrestler. I just like watching wrestling. I wish I was a wrestler. I wish. Maybe. One of these days, Sean said he was going to put me through a table. I'm still waiting.
I'm hoping that you'll let me do it one day, I promise you'll go through the table.
As long as you don't mess my ankle up like I just messed it up.
Your ankle will be the least of your problems.
Maybe my back. I
hope you go through the table right, because if not, then you'll slice your back like Rob Van Dam.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good. But it's all good. We got Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks?
Yeah, the 28th. Saturday the 28th.
Can't wait for that. We got an exciting pay-per-view coming around, and then we got WrestleMania. And then after that, we got Backlash. Can we still make it to Tampa?
I mean, we might take out 3 mortgages and something, but yeah.
They were offering me suite, baby. I was very close of purchasing the suite. I said the only way I could purchase a suite is if I get the okay from Sean that he's coming. I know I could ask Adrian.
Listen, if you have a suite, I'll show up.
Yo, I was getting offers. Like WWE was hitting me up because I'm into all they have email and all stuff. They were sending me, hey, you want to join Backlash? This and that. I was like, all right. Man. I started looking at the prices, but it was out of my price range. Sorry, I'm not that rich. We still haven't blown up. We need the podcast. We need the podcast to blow up. That way we could probably go ahead and dude, you guys help us get big, and then all of a sudden, dude, we'll have suites. We'll be balling. We'll invite you guys on. Be like, hey, come with us to WrestleMania. We got you covered. Everything, right, Sean?
100%. We give back. We will give back if we get out that. Yeah.
I'll start
take
giving
the whole show.
I'll take
the whole show to me, you, and 8 listeners going into a 10-person suite.
We'll do
watching WrestleMania.
We'll do a raffle for a WWE Heavyweight Championship belt. You know those things cost bread, right? Like $500, $600. I'll do that. Frankie Fresco will do that for you guys. We just need to grow. So share, please. I'm a giving man. I'll take one of those belts from Sean when he's not home, and then I'll raffle that. We'll be good.
Emotional damage.
Unless his dog fucking attack.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, I'm scared of his dog. His dog
always.
No joke.
Yeah, it's a little American bulldog.
A little.
95 pounds.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All good. Been giving him protein powder lately. He got bigger muscles than CM Punk.
Impressive.
In the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the sun, Sean State.
The Squared Circle Digest!